Okay. Child, I'm looking crazy. I'm looking crazy, but I don't care. I just came on here to put out a channel message, okay? While I make my coffee and roll. So I'm gonna wait for some of y'all to get on here, okay? Because we need to talk, okay? I was gonna make this a girl talk, but I feel like this is like, it could definitely go both ways. So it's not just for girls. But I definitely feel like there's an accentuation on girls because girls tend to do this more than men. Okay. So let's look at the title. Let's look at the title real quick, y'all. I look crazy as hell, but I don't even care. So, because I gotta get these readings out. I just got like I just finished putting my kids to sleep. We've been at we've been out all day. We've been at the library, running errands, that type of shit. So y'all see the title. Let's just get into it because I'm making my coffee right now, but I don't want to forget nothing. So, privacy does not equate to sneakiness, especially when it's none of their business. Okay. I'm talking to. I feel like I'm talking to my reformed people pleasers, but I'm also speaking on people that may have just got out of a relationship, like a long term relationship, or you guys are used to like being in relationships or something. Like I feel like this is like inexperienced. Um, like you could have been inexperienced in relationships or you're inexperienced sexually. Okay. I hope y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Drop a comment, please. Let me know y'all can hear me. But this is going for okay. So I'm speaking to. This message is mostly targeted. You can hear me? Okay, bet. Towards women that are inexperienced sexually or dating wise. Okay, relationship wise. So you lack experience in having like serious relationships, or you just generally you haven't had. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you are inexperienced sexually as well. Like you haven't really had many experiences sexually and you're just dating. Okay, this could definitely go for like younger women or just older women that are inexperienced relationship wise. So like I feel like if you just getting out of like a long-term relationships or you used to being with someone in particular, okay, I feel like some of you guys you could have just got out of like a situationship and it's like you overshared with this person or you basically allowed this person to like kind of like I don't want to say control your life, but you incorporated this person into your life way too much because this was not a long-term thing or this person was not serious about you. Okay, this could definitely go for a woman or a man, doesn't matter. If everything you do is a secret, okay, yeah, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what this message is about at all. So when you are in a relationship, obviously, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you are not in a relationship, when you are dating, when you're in the vetting process for people, right? It's okay not to tell every fucking thing when it comes to your life. I've had several clients. Okay, I'm gonna just say like I speak on personal experiences and shit that I've seen in real life. So this is why I'm talking about this. Like this could be, for example, my upcoming stars, my upcoming millionaires, people that have real big shit in the process. Like you know what I'm saying? Maybe you have like a upcoming like model job or acting or whatever, okay, shit that's gonna make you money or shit that's gonna bring you some fame or clout or whatever. You do not have to disclose those projects to the people that you are just dating, people that you're just talking to. The reason why I say this is because some people, not everybody thinks like you, and you have to realize that and you have to learn how to protect yourself, okay? Um, Not everybody thinks that like you. And when I say like you, I mean people that do not make decisions based off of other people's opportunities, like opportunists. Okay, so this is how you protect yourself from opportunists. some people make decisions based off of what other people are gonna get because they're bums. Like on some real shit. Like this is like, you know what I'm saying, you waiting for some money, or you waiting, let's say you got a lawsuit or some shit. I'm gonna just bring that up. I'm gonna say that as an example, right? We're gonna use that as an example. Let's say you got a lawsuit coming or something like that, you suing somebody, right? um let's say you suing somebody, right? And you got the lawsuit coming. It's no doubt that you're gonna get that, and like when that shit come, you're gonna be like a millionaire or some shit like that. Why are you telling a person that you just started dating that you're gonna you have a lawsuit? Like, you know, shit like that. You don't know how people grew up. Some people did not grow up on love. Some people grew up on survival. So that's the way they look at life. I'm not talking about like, you know, I'm talking about transactional relationship. That's how transactional relationships are created exactly. If you lie about a lawsuit, what are you talking about? If I lie about a lawsuit, why do I have to disclose that information? When you disclose too much information, you leave yourself vulnerable to pocket watchers and even thieves, or even people that could actually like be scammers or even like hurt you for that money. You never know what somebody's going through. So that's why I say, like, the women, especially women that over talk, like, okay, so there's a lot of times when men start dating you, or they're vetting you or whatever, they'll let you talk. They'll let you talk up a fucking storm. They'll let you talk about your past exes, what you got going on, da da da. They'll call you and they'll ask you about your day. What you need to do is start asking the same questions that they're asking. Like, you know, you need to get a look. Need to get a little bit more information on that person as well. Just how they're trying to get information on you and like vet you and stuff like that. You also need to get to know that person. You need to stop letting people choose you, and you need to also choose who you are going to be with. Especially, this goes definitely for women. This goes definitely for women, because a lot of times women, you don't understand that you have more control over the man or the men that you let in your life then, you know what I'm saying, you really don't realize how much control you have over the type of men that you let in your life. Men will, they'll scope you out and they'll see the type of, you know, woman you are, right? And they'll approach you and they'll choose you, right? But if you let them choose you and you don't fucking get to know them, that's when all hell will break loose. Like, all hell break loose, because that's the type of person, you don't know what type of person that is. You don't know what type of person that is. So you telling me that you could just let a man off the street? I had this discussion with somebody actually. Um, but it's like, you know, just because somebody wants to date you doesn't mean that you should just let them date you. You have to also choose. And that's why a lot of women end up, you know, in fucked up relationships, because they don't actually do the choosing. They don't do enough vetting either. Relationships are about finding someone to be vulnerable with. Yeah. And trust is built over time. Vulnerability can be a weakness. It's a strength, but it can be a weakness. Some people will use it as a weakness against you. They'll use it against you. So I would say, like, you know, I'm the type of person, like, I'm a Scorpio. So at the end of the day, I'm a very honest person. But I've learned that a lot of people, they can't accept um trust lost over lies or omitted details. I'm married to a Scorpio. A lot of people cannot accept the truth the way a Scorpio lays it out. I'll definitely be very honest about, like, you know, my past transgressions and stuff like that. But there's certain things, like I said, that you should just keep to yourself. especially if you're not in a serious relationship with that person. Why are you disclosing how much money you made today, how much money you have in the bank, how much money you got coming in? That's the type of stuff you don't disclose. Exactly. Thank you, Roy. It's not a lie. That's called privacy because you're entitled to your privacy. That's like a stranger coming in your house, knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? You know somebody for one day. You invite them over and they go through your phone because they just wanted to know more about you. So you think that's okay? Oh, I don't know. I didn't know if you were telling the truth about your life or not. So I thought that if I just go through your phone, nigga, you don't know me. I thought that if I just went through your drawers and your mail, that I could find out more about you. Hmm? What? I ran out of paper, John. I'm tight because I got the you. Don't even fucking. I don't care if y'all call me ghetto, but this is the last paper. This is the last paper. I've been out all day with the kids. I don't give a fuck. But I'm giving you guys advice based on my experience and shit that I've seen firsthand. Because there's people that will really scope you out. Like, I didn't grow up, like I said, I didn't grow up in the hood, but I grew up in the hood. Like, I'm not from the hood, but I grew up in the hood. So I know both. I know both because I've been around, like, my dad made sure that I was, well traveled, that I was around all types of different people. We grew up in a house and shit like that. But I also grew up in Washington Heights, and that's the city. And I ended up going to, like, living with my dad, and that's like that the place that we lived in. My grandma had a house in was considered to be a ghetto area. Not where we had our house in. It was considered to be more like kind of like, oh, if you had a house there, like you fake rich, like you know what I'm saying. But like the school district itself, a lot of like people live off survival. When people live off survival, they're always looking for a way out. They're always looking for a way up. And a lot of men, I'm going to say this for men, women do this too, but I'm going to say both as far as like, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I'm a woman, so I'm going to say this to you. A lot of men, they'll look for a woman to escape whatever it is they're going through. Okay? You got your own car, you got your own house, da 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 da. Or even if you don't have that and you're on your way to getting that and shit like that, they'll they'll like they have like a list of fucking bitches. They have like a list. You'll be at the top of the list. They'll be like, oh, she got her own shit. Okay, so when this bitch kicked me out for being an ain't shit ass nigga and cheating and doing all this stuff, da da da, this is gonna be my next victim. I'm telling you right now. If you let that occur, like I said, it's all about if you allow the person to choose you. You have the ability to say no. You can say no. You can keep shit to yourself. You can get to know people just how they get to know them. I'm talking to my reformed people pleasers or my recovering people pleasers because you people pleasers tend to have this thing where they feel like they have to tell everybody everything or they have to be like so honest. Like it's kind of like a pick me energy that they have. I can prefer it. However, my Scorpio is sneaky and lies and doesn't share details of anything. After being married 15 years, I finally told him I'm done. He's cheated off and on, never admit till caught. I can definitely say that Scorpio men can be very, very fucking sneaky. Sneaky and private is two different things. A low vibrational Scorpio is going to be sneaky. I'm going to be for real. But, when after they go through their transformation and stuff like that, you'll know the difference. So if you're dealing with a low vibrational Scorpio, I advise you to get the fuck away from them, for real. There's a difference. I knew I should have got some papers, but I wasn't thinking about that shit. I advise you to run fast, for real. And a lot of you guys, okay, so it's not even just that. Like, it could definitely be the energy of sabotage that I'm picking up on because it's like some people, They want you to disclose everything that you're doing and everything that you know what I'm saying? But it's like they're not saying nothing about themselves. That's a red flag. That's definitely a red flag. um Also, you don't know, like I said, you don't know the position that somebody's in, so you could be having good news and you could be having good shit coming, and the person that you're talking to about it, whether you're dating them or maybe they're just your friend, they will, it's monitoring spirits. That's how you protect yourself from monitoring spirits that are basically trying to infiltrate your plans or stop your plans, stop your growth. It's a jealous spirit. Some people are not able to handle jealousy. They don't know how to handle it. Jealousy is a normal human emotion. It But when you feel it and you're in a high vibration, you can use it as motivation to get something, whatever it is that you aspire to get. Like you're more inspired and less jealous. There's such thing as healthy. That's why there's such thing as like healthy competition, and not, it doesn't always have to be, oh, we're competing against each other. You could compete with someone and not against them. You know what I'm saying? Like two people could be in the same field and they're competing, but it's a healthy competition. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this money today, but da da da. Like, we stay on top of each other type shit. Like, yeah, um, I posted this many videos today, or I did this much work today, da da da. In the same field. But let's say you're not in the same field as someone, da da da. You don't need to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell the difference. You could tell the difference between a jealous spirit, like someone that's competing against you and someone's competing with you. Okay, like when I was in like sales and stuff like that, I'm a very competitive person. I'm not a competitive person as like I compete against other people. I'm a competitive person as in like I compete kind of like against myself. Like, so I'm always like trying to be like better than I was yesterday or beat my numbers that I know that I, had. Like I always want to increase my numbers and whatever the fuck it is, right? It could be sales, it could be whatever, okay? It doesn't have to be. That's exactly what he does. So true, exactly. I'm a Pisces. I really appreciate this. Well, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you. Especially Roy, so true. Everyone isn't going to be happy for you, especially when you're successful. Okay, period. Even when you're you don't even have to be successful yet. You could be on the way. And these people could already be successful. You have to understand that. It doesn't matter if if somebody has the same things as you. It doesn't matter. Sometimes people be jealous of maybe the amount of love that you get, the amount of support that you get, or the fact that you did it with no help and maybe they did have help, or the fact that you do have help and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just have to keep that in mind. I'm not saying like, be a sneaky ass person and never and start, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between sneaky and private. Like, you can tell someone that you're in a relationship and not post that person. They don't have to know exactly who that person is. You don't have to be sending pictures and fucking telling them your business. Like shit like that. Like, that's the difference. Sneaky is, oh yeah, we're in a relationship, or I'm not in a relationship with you, and you're trying to get information like, okay, but are you sleeping with other people? And they're like, oh, we're not in a relationship. We're not in a relationship. But they fail to mention that they're sleeping with other people. That's sneaky. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to disclose whether or not they're sleeping with other people. That's sneaky. There's certain shit that you have the right to know. If you are sharing your body with someone, of course you have the right to know if they're sharing their body with other people or not. And it's up to you after that if you decide to keep wanting to deal with that person or not. Now, if that person isn't telling you the truth and you feel they aren't telling you the truth, you start getting dreams, you start getting feelings, da da da, you're insecure, da da da, then you need to just move on and you need to stop waiting for that person to tell you the truth because they're not. They're sneaky. Like I said, there's a difference between sneaky and private. There's also situations where you may need to be sneaky, okay? Because I was just talking about this last night on my Instagram. Like, okay, so okay, for example, let's say you're trying to leave a relationship and you want to do it the right way. You want to tell this person, like, I've been in this situation before, so you want to tell like someone like, oh, I want to leave you, or this and that. I think that we should go our separate ways, da da da. But you know that that person is not going to let you go. They're not willingly going to let you go, especially if it's an abusive person. All right, or they could just be the type of person to be like, oh, let's talk. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. No, 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 let's talk about this in person. Right? Sometimes that's the type of people that you gotta sneak away from. I'm gonna be for real. Those are the type of people that you may have to fucking block, and especially if they're abusive, either mentally or spiritually or physically. You gotta sneak away from those people, and you may have to be strategic about it. And that in that case, you may have to be sneaky. I'm gonna be for real, because there was definitely several situations where I tried to do it the right way, and it was like that person kept on trying to reel me back in every time, like, we see each other, or they get on the phone with me, and we have the conversation, and they're just trying to, keep it going. And it's just like, if you're a reformed people pleaser, that shit can be very draining, and it's hard to like get out of, like, because it's like they'll talk you, especially if you're dealing with a manipulator. If you're dealing with a manipulator, especially if they're spiritually manipulating you, it can be hard to say no to them, especially in person. So those are the type of people that you stay away from them. You stay away from them. You may need to block them. You may need to get a new phone number. You may need to, because a lot of you guys, you have communication coming in from people that either you abandoned or they abandoned you. But the high priestess, that speaks of secrets. Either you were this person's secret, or they have secrets. You could have abandoned them because they had a mistress, and they want to keep on. You know the truth, though. You know the truth, but they're gonna keep manipulating it. Look, I can't even make it up. I didn't shuffle these cards. Nothing. They're back to back. It's the message. It's the message. They're gonna keep manipulating you. It's someone that's trying to keep you in the same cycle over and over again. It's like break up to make up, break up to make up, break up to make up. Or like, this could be like someone trying to figure out if you're in a relationship or not. But it's like, you don't have to be in a relationship to not want to fuck with someone. You could just simply not want to fuck with this person. You don't have to tell them that you're in a relationship or not, or you don't even have to be in a relationship to not want to fuck with this person. But it's like, because you're not in a relationship, this person feels like entitled to your energy or something like that. Like, what? Jealousy bucks when it comes from your sucks when it comes from your own spouse, yo. And that really, sometimes the people that we let choose us, all right, we let them choose us. Let's be for real, because a lot of times these women, especially women, y'all get into relationships with, I'm gonna say, like, especially empaths. Okay, if you're an empathic person, a lot of times, the opposite of that is a narcissistic person, but it doesn't have to be a narcissistic person. You could just be an empath, and maybe you're an introvert. A lot of times we tend to have overbearing friends, or we tend to have like extremely extroverted friends and stuff like that, and they like adopt us. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times I never even made friends with people. They just approached me and adopted me as a friend. I'm gonna be for real, or a lover. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I, as I, got older, and as I learned those lessons, I learned that I really just need to set boundaries first from the jump. Like, why did I just let this person just come in my life and fucking manipulate me and control my whole entire life and change my whole shit up? Like, what the fuck? And it's people pleasing. That's exactly what it is. And it probably stems from your childhood wounds, and you need to go heal that. It could stem from abandonment wounds with your father, okay? Or maybe you guys had a controlling father. So you are susceptible to manipulation and letting the wrong man lead your life. Cancer is here too, so it could definitely be your mother. So your mother and you got to look at those dynamics that you had, and you got to compare them to the relationships that you've had in the past. You're the captain of your own ship. Exactly. So don't let, thank you, Maria, for subbing. Don't let nobody else gain control of the ship. Like, you're the captain. This is your ship. I used to have dreams of when I was in a relationship with my daughter's father, of him like driving me places and like losing control and shit like that, or like getting hit or something like that. And recently, I think it was a couple months ago, I had a dream where he was driving at first, and he was driving my car or whatever in my dream, right? That's symbolic of your ship, your body, your path, like letting people lead you. Like if you was to have like a true masculine energy leading you, right? That's how they're supposed to do. They're supposed to lead you. But if you have the wrong person driving your car, captain of being the captain of your ship or the co-captain of your ship, they'll lead you right to fucking hell. They'll lead you right to hell. They'll drive you right off the fucking, path. So you have to stay connected to God at all times. And when a person becomes more important than God, or you feel the need to please that person more than God, then that's not your person. I'm gonna be for real, and you need to heal so that you could attract, not attract, but like so that you are able to identify. I don't want to say attract, because when you're an empathic person, when you're a light being, you're gonna be able to attract light and dark energy. So you can attract all day, but you're not gonna be able to have discernment to be able to choose or allow the whoever it is, you know what I'm saying, to have to be in your space. Thank you. I needed to hear that. You're awesome on point. Yes, and yes, he is. Yeah. Like I could literally go on all fucking day about shit that I've been through and stuff like that. But I'm just summing it up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta fucking go into story time today. I don't feel like it. But just to sum it up, the lessons that I've learned. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, especially those people that are, I feel like you got some dark psychologists on your hand. Those people that be reading those fucking dark psychology books, yeah, religious hypocrites. They manipulate religious beliefs, or they manipulate psychology, right? And they use it against you and stuff. Or they're using like some sort of alpha male or alpha female tactics. I don't really know if people use alpha female tactics, or yeah, it's that sprinkle sprinkle mentality. It could be that sprinkle sprinkle mentality. Women do this all the time, but it's like it's more acceptable for women to do it. But I'm gonna let you know, men do this shit. So it's very important for you, because people could just go off your energy. You don't have to even tell them anything. But if you tell them shit, that just confirms exactly what the fuck they already seen. Like, my dad always used to tell me, like, you know what I'm saying? Um, I'll give you an example for this, because like when COVID hit or whatever, my father. Oh, and for those of you who didn't know, I'm a daddy's girl. So my father bought me my whole home office and shit like that when I told him I was staying home and shit like that for COVID, when our office got shut down and shit. And this is when I was in sales still. So he bought me my home office. It had like, the best, basically the best shit. Like he wanted me to have all the newest stuff, because he wanted to support me or whatever, right? He comes in my house one day. He comes in my apartment. He's like, "See, this is why bitches hate you." My dad used to say shit like this all the time. He was like, "This is why bitches hate you." I used to have like, regular shit on. Like one time I had an ankle bracelet on. That shit was glistening, but that shit wasn't real. But it's the type of shit like that people look at, you know? They look at shiny shit. It don't matter if it's real or not. You giving rich bitch energy, and you don't even have to have that shit on. You just got on a nice looking sweatsuit, some clean shoes. You giving rich bitch. You're giving a little bit too much rich bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I used to dress down a lot just to like kind of like, I want to say, cloak my energy, because I feel like even sometimes some days when I just throw shit on, people just drawn to me more, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm looking crazy. But especially when you're naturally beautiful and stuff like that, or you're naturally handsome. People don't are not really looking at, it's really your energy. It's not what you wearing. It's not none of that. It's your energy, how you carry yourself and stuff like that. I'm getting shapeshifter vibes off of y'all. Or maybe you guys maybe need to learn how to use your shapeshifter abilities. You're beautiful, and Scorpios are magnetic. Yes, Scorpios are definitely magnetic. Like, we are the most, that's what we're known for. That's literally what we're known for. I know, like, for a period of time, especially when I was younger, and I dealt with a lot of stalkers, like, throughout my life, like, just random people I don't know. So basically, I for a period of time I didn't look people in the eyes, because, and I read something about this, but it says something about like Scorpio eyes. Like, Scorpio have like magnetic eyes, or they're hypnotic, and someone actually told me this. Someone that I was dating like told me, like, like, basically they have a hard time saying no to me and stuff like that when I look them in the eyes, or basically, like, it's like they don't get mad anymore, they're not mad anymore and stuff like that. But it was like I was having a serious conversation with them, and it was like I kind of wanted to be heard, but not in a way where it was like I didn't I don't know how to explain it, but it was like I wanted to be heard, and I didn't want to kind of like project whatever it is that I wanted them to hear. I wanted them to have their own opinion, not based off of my magnetic energy, like, you know what I'm saying, like manipulating them. Like, I didn't want to manipulate the person. I just wanted to know their honest opinion. And I've had that issue, because it's like, especially since, me being like a petite cute girl, it's like, especially when I'm speaking on serious matters, especially with men, they have a tendency to not take me serious. So there's a period of time where, especially if you're a very sensual energy, right, if you're sexy or you're sensual, you look that motherfucker in the eyes, and it's like everything that you just said is out the window. And it's like, no, I want to talk, have a serious situation, like serious conversation, without all the extra shit. When I wear sunglasses, people give me less stares. Yo, that's how I feel too. Why do I always get random females giving me dirty looks? Because they hating. They insecure. It's okay. It's okay. Oh my god, this is like horrible. This fucking dumbass paper. I'm gonna quit soon, guys, or I'm gonna like at least like cut back or whatever. I mean, I really don't smoke that much anyway, but like I'm gonna like go like weeks or something. Maybe your eyes can charm and make people shy. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like I said, I was having a serious conversation with him, and he told me, like, I started looking at him, and he told me, like, basically, it kind of offended the fuck out of me, because I was very mad, and I was having a serious conversation, and it was just like everything that I said was out the window, because I looked him in the eyes, and he was just like magnetized by my eyes, or whatever he felt from looking in my eyes. And I don't know, since then he also told me something specific, and that kind of stuck with me till this day. He was also a Scorpio, but that stuck with me to this day, because it was just like, okay. But there was a period of time after that where I just didn't look niggas in the eyes that I did not want to be with, especially especially. Okay, I was just like, okay, when I'm talking to them, I'm looking away and shit. The worst is when I'm out with my boyfriend and people hate the most. Yo, how do you do that? So I don't know. It could, but I also feel like that's also like a gift of mine. Like I have to look at you. I have to look you in the eyes when you're talking, though. You know what I mean? Like I have to look you in the eyes to know if you're genuine. I feel like that's real intimacy right there. Like looking each other in the eyes. It's very intimate, especially with the Scorpio. Before I couldn't look people in the eyes. I can, yeah. Especially if you yeah, if you're someone that's very sexualized, you'll probably tend to shy away from looking people in the eyes. Habit for work, yeah. Yeah, but I hope this really helped you guys. I just wanted to like, give you guys some advice cuz some of you guys I feel like I'm some of you guys you could be in relationships, but I feel like I'm talking up to people that are out like coming out of relationships and maybe wanting to date, or you're like I said, or people are wanting to date you. Um you need to be more private. You just need to be more private. Okay, especially about, I don't know, there's a specific things like, okay, your health, your finances. When I say health, I don't mean like your sexual health if you're having sex with that person. If you're not having sex with that, I'm talking about people you're just dating. So this is not people you're having sex with, okay? So yeah, you don't have to disclose your health. You don't have to disclose your finances. Because some of you guys, you could be, I don't know, something about like health, like I don't know. You could be going through something health wise. Um, yeah, you don't have to disclose that to they can find out if you're in a relationship with and who you're in a relationship with and stuff like that, or details about your relationship, how long y'all been together, all that types of shit, so that they can like project something onto you, manipulate your situation in some type of way. That's why I say like privacy is power. You don't have to tell this person um, who you're with. You don't have to tell them details about your relationship. You could just say I am taken, or I'm not interested. You could even just say I'm not interested. You don't have to say that you're in a relationship. All right. Some people might say that as sneaky. Maybe that's private. I feel like it's private. It's private. You're not interested. So what the fuck does it matter if you're in a relationship or not? If you're not interested. I cut my best friend off almost 2 years ago, and it has taught me to move more private now with who I interact with. I learned I can't tell a guy my relationship problems. Yeah, that's definitely a big one. That's a big one. I was talking about before we got off live. I was talking about your health, your finances. This is especially with strangers. Okay, people you're just dating. Um, it could even be friends that you're now looking into dating. Okay, be careful with that, because it's like, yeah, you could be friends with someone and maybe they know a little bit too much about you. Okay, and now they're trying to date you. Um, but it's different when you start dating someone, versus like when they're your friend. So when I say like be private, I don't mean like be sneaky, because if they're your friend, they know you and they know how you move. So I don't know, maybe you could be dating your friend, and maybe people could be trying to like pry into your relationship and stuff. Like some of you guys, you're dating like someone that's like your best friend. That person knows everything about you. Like you tell that person everything, and it's like nobody. There's nothing that nobody could say that this person doesn't know about you. So, but trust me, they're gonna try and find shit. They're gonna try and find shit. After I told this Capricorn stalker about my relationship, I didn't cheat. No exchange of numbers. Since then, my relationship went down. Yeah, see, um, I don't know. I literally used to wear a ring. I mean, I've been engaged before, but I used to wear a ring on my ring finger just so that people wouldn't hit on me and I would still get hit on. So like I like do shit like just so that people would not talk to me. Still fucking talk to me. Like I don't know. Some of you guys, it's just like you really have to learn how to keep conversations short. Like that's the only way, keep boundaries. Embody the Queen of Swords energy. You got to keep your boundaries up, because You may overshare, and I feel like it's a monitoring spirit that is trying to get information out of you. When you feel the need to just start talking, like oversharing, like somebody asked you one question and now you're going into, oh yeah, I've been with my person for 2 years, and or we knew each other since so and so, and we just started back dating, da da da, and I'm in love, and da, you're doing too much. you're doing you're doing too much. I'm gonna put some honey on this fucking blunt because that shit keep unraveling because it doesn't have the sticky tape. That shit piss me off. Hold on, y'all. Better put some honey on my blunt. It's more like a split because it's kind of skinny. I'm by myself, so I really don't care. But sometimes I like to roll fat L just to roll them. But this is not a this was not gonna be fat because this is the last paper. So y'all ever tried this before? It's also a trick for like a slow burn. I used to do this when I was like in high school or some shit. Like put honey on the blunt. They say it also makes it burn slower, especially if it was like a backwards, like like one of those tobacco leaf roll ups. When you speak to a guy and he's staring into your soul intensely, he's obsessed. Oh shit. I'm a Libra, by the way, and I've learned a lot over these 3 years I've grown. Child, you learn a lot. Like I'm saying, like I've been in situations where niggas did not want to fucking let me go, and I did it the right way. I did it the right way. I try to break up with them, um, like have a conversation, like talk face to face, da da da. Next week, the nigga, not even the next week, the same day, the nigga's like, no, we could work this out. We could do this. We could do that. Trying to talk to me, talk, like basically talk me into, like talk me into the shit. And when I say talk me into the shit, I mean they will talk your head off all the whole entire night until the next day until you agree to whatever it is. Whether it's not breaking up with them, staying with them, or giving them a chance or some shit like that. They will talk your fucking head off at that point to convince you. And that's why I feel like it may be important for you to be short with communication. Maybe not even answer this person's call. Like just some of y'all gonna have to break up with somebody through text or just tell somebody you're not interested through text. or just block them. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. You might have to block them. Some of y'all, I don't know. Some of y'all, what? This man Amir just said, I have some good head. You got some good head, what? Shit. What? Did you have any regrets? I had a dream this nigga was spying on me in his car with binoculars. I felt like I was being stalked and I was scared. So to Amir, yeah, okay, so collective, if you, I don't know, maybe you gays, that's what also, yeah, when it comes to regrets, I definitely do regret dealing with certain type of men or certain men. I definitely do. Early in my early years, I definitely learned my lesson about giving that thing up. Okay, period point blank. You can't just be giving it up because some people will never ever they never had nobody like you, or they never had nobody like that, or that felt like that even, or whatever. Like you really have to, people are not like some of you guys, you weren't really aware of your energy. All right, so you may have people that are like obsessed with you from like a long time ago, like or they just never forgot you, and they still want to pursue you, or they're still trying to do little shit in the background so that you come back to them or something. I definitely do regret certain people I dealt with, or like dealing with certain people maybe when I was in a vulnerable place and stuff like that. I totally understand. Who the fuck is Amir, bro? Shut the fuck up. Let me fucking get this nigga off my channel. Could definitely be one of my exes. Could definitely be one of my exes. Pretty sure. I'm not even gonna lie, like this retrograde is retrograding because it's like niggas are really bugging. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm getting a new number for sure. I'm getting a new number. I'm getting a new phone. All that. I feel like my phone really fucked up because I really just have to get a whole new phone and a whole new number and start the fuck over and switch all my shit because certain people keep trying to break they self, just break into my energy, and it's like, bro, get the fuck out, get the fuck out the way, bro. You're mad, like annoying, and it's been years and years and years of this fucking shit, years and years and years. So you're just gonna keep on commenting a dot. I'm dead. Thank you, King Carter. Not Foxy Cleopatra. I am dead. Some people could smell something that you getting. They can smell it. They can smell it. What energy do I give off? Charlie, you do sometimes my energy is intense. You know what? I wish I could smoke this gas with you. You a Scorpio too, right, Charlie? This may also be something as simple as, I don't know, like, to be honest, if especially if I'm dating somebody or trying to date somebody, I'm not really talking about present. I'm just talking. Okay. This is theoretical, period, point blank. But let's say I'm meeting new people or whatever, and I definitely probably shouldn't disclose that I'm a psychic on YouTube right away before I get to know that person or before I decide I even want to date that person, right? Definitely shouldn't do that if you are a psychic on YouTube or something like that. Um, but this is like me saying like I don't smoke, or people trying to like use something that they know about me to like get next to me or something like that, and me just saying like, oh no thank you, I don't smoke. But if you look on my channel, you're gonna see that clearly I smoke. But you know what I'm saying, like I said, it's important for you to be private. So, or you could simply just say like, like I said, you could be short with your words, like, oh, I quit yesterday. But yeah, I gotta go. Y'all hear the baby. Bye.